Hi and welcome to this week's edition of Nordic Market News. It is Friday the 6th of April and we are recording in the studio of Direkt on behalf of Infront Finance. So let's start off with an overview. All indices are down for the week with the exception of Oslo hanging on at plus 1.1%. The year-to-date numbers are also in negative. However, Oslo managed to just climb into positivity and Helsinki positive at 1.7. The week's news is a little shorter than usual as the markets were closed for Easter Monday. On Tuesday, all eyes were on the Swedish music streaming company Spotify and their first day on the New York Stock Exchange. Although there was some confusion regarding the difference between the Swedish and the Swiss flag during the opening ceremony, the stock itself traded above reference price of $132 per share. Other than Spotify, positivity was scarce on the Nordic stock exchanges. Among the worst performers were Finnish Konecranes and Nordea, falling more than 3% on a struggling OMXH25. The winners were scarce, but could be found in Norwegian seafood producers such as Grieg Seafood, Salma and Leroy Seafood. Nordic indices continued falling on Wednesday in wake of the escalated trade conflict between the US and China. Among the worst performing stocks were Finnish Nokian Tyres, which lost more than 3% after it became known that CFO Anne Leskele will leave the company in the summer. There was some light to be found on the Finnish markets as Vestelair was issued a buy recommendation from UBS, which caused the stock to rally almost 2% on an otherwise bitter market. On Thursday, Nordic indices regained much of what was lost during the previous 2 days, as markets saw some de-escalation in the US-China trade dispute. The Copenhagen Large Cap Index gained almost 2%. However, the Danish beverage giant Carlsberg fell after Russian media reported ongoing debates about banning sales of beer bottles larger than 1 litre. The market is worried about what this means since 40% of the Russian market consists of large bottles, said a broker at ABG Sundal Collier. In Oslo, oil-related companies led the way with Subsea 7, who was issued a buy recommendation by DNB, closing almost 5% higher. Meanwhile, Statoil was also up 3%. On Friday, the positive sentiment was lost as Donald Trump said the US government is considering imposing additional tariffs of the goods worth $100 billion from China. Trump thinks that China should remedy its trade misconduct rather than harm American farmers and manufacturers through retaliatory trade measures. Stock markets all over the world fell and the Nordic ones lost on average 1%. So that's all for today. Have a great weekend and see you again next week.